In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Dear friends and fellows, I am Abdul Khaliq Dervish. Crisis. Often on, we do fall into the crisis. Several times during our lifetime, not just once, not just once. Several times during our lifetime, we fall in crisis, one type of it or the other. Sometimes we are having financial trouble in our business, in our livelihood. Sometimes it's the family issue, family relationship is in trouble, and sometimes any other type of it. But the troubles are, the crisis does hit a person, does not spare anyone else. Though some of the people are the usual victim of the crisis, one type of it or the other. Another some of these who are careful and cautious enough, who try to maintain a kind of self-discipline protects us from the crisis up to great extent. Although it does not ensure us at all, it cannot ensure us at all as well. But it is a trouble indeed. Now, the way we people are seen reacting to the troubles, to the crisis in our life, it varies from person to person. Like the crisis is not the same with everyone else at a time. Likewise, our handling is not the same at the same time. Even one type of crisis does not hit everyone else in the same manner. So our reaction varies from person to person. We are not found reacting in the same manner at all. Some of the people, they are seen so weak nerves, people of weak nerves, sensitive, fragile, that they do collapse. They fail to do that. Another some of the people, they are careless to the level of irresponsibility. Some of the people are careless to the level of irresponsibility. Anyhow, crises are there in the life of each and everyone else. It does not spare a person. Even the so-called very powerful people are not immune from it. Although those who are very careful, cautious, self-disciplined, self-restrained does preempt many of the troubles and the crises. Self-control, very good amount of it, plus being a visionary, being intelligent, being wise. Having a very good amount of self-control also means the person is wise enough. Though the need of a good IQ or EQ is always needed, a good intelligence level is needed, education needed, our vision helps us a lot in preempting the crisis. What to do when it does hit us. Whatever could be done earlier than that to preempt the trouble must be done. Like keeping yourself self disciplined and composed. Keeping yourself self disciplined and controlled must be done. Must be done. Even if at all we find a clue, we get a clue that this could happen, we need to prepare then. We need to start working upon it. Working on the two lines, how to preempt it, first of all, and how to deal it if at all it does strike me, how to deal it. We need to work on both of these lines. Then, if at all it has come to our life, then what to do? We keep thinking, and thinking. We think a lot during that time. During the time of trouble and crisis, we are seen thinking, and thinking all the time, thinking. Thinking once we are in the toilet, thinking once we are eating, thinking once we are performing the prayer, thinking while even we are with the people, thinking even while we are trying to sleep. And during the sleep too, we might get awakened at one point or another and start thinking automatically, irresistibly, unstoppably, again and again and again. Most of the time we are found, drowning in thinking. So, there is one thing which I am going to suggest and advise, which will be of great help. Which will be of great help regardless of the type of the crisis a person is facing. Regardless of the type of the crisis a person is facing, there are things which I am going to suggest which will be of great help indeed. Rather, it is going to be one thing only. That one thing is the papers, the pencil. Make a routine that every time you start thinking, even if you are in the even if you are traveling, you are sleeping, you are somehow, whatever you are doing, if you are brooding, if at all a person is seen brooding, found deep in trouble, deep in thinking, pick a paper and a pencil, start writing whatever comes to your mind. Pick a paper and a pencil, it must be with you for all the time. And don't take like it is your personal crisis. Rather think that it is one of your students, one of your trainees who is suffering from this sort of trouble, and now you are only advising them. You are only coaching them because you are a coach. You are a coach and you are advising them this to do and that to do, this to do and that to do. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Do it in this manner, do it in this manner, like you are an observer. What you are, I am just an observer and nothing else. I am observing it because it is happening with with a trainee of mine, with a student of mine. I am their coach. I have to teach them. I am a referee. I am a coach. I am a coach. I am a trainer. I am training them. I am instructing them. I am coaching them. I am counseling them. What am I doing? I am counseling them. Mean I am motivating them. I am counseling them. That is what I am doing. If at all we do start thinking that this is happening with me, I think it will become complicated. And if at all we don't do it with a paper pencil, we are doing it without the help of that. Lot of time will be wasted in pondering upon the non-issues, upon the even the irrelevant thing, because our mind is like a frog. It is jumping from one point to another, from one point to another, from one point to another. It is jumping. So we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. A paper and a pencil will not let the non-issues become your focal point. Rather, rather, it will be something really focused attention, right points in the right manner. Why? Because you are instructing them, coaching them, training them, your trainees. You are an observer. You don't feel, because once we start feeling, it is with me, emotions get involved. And once we are emotional enough, we cannot think logically, we cannot think rationally, we cannot discipline ourselves. And if at all we are free of all that, if at all we are free of all that, then we can keep ourselves normal. Now we are not embarrassed, we are not psychologically troubled, we are not emotionally troubled, we are relaxed. And once we are relaxed, we can take the things in a better manner. So keep thinking, but never ever think without a paper and a pencil. Mean mean as far, if at all you are walking, obviously, if at all you are driving, if at all you are eating, obviously you cannot take the paper and pencil. If at all we are in the toilet, we cannot take a paper and a pencil. Otherwise, plus, if at all we are walking, eating, driving, in the washroom, we don't think long upon that. But if at all we are sitting, if at all we are lying down for the purpose of sleep, and the thoughts are disturbing us, the right thing is to take a paper and a pencil and start writing. Start writing, yeah, like you are instructing your student, your trainee. Do that. It will help us a lot, regardless of the type of the trouble we people are facing. It will not only help us, it will help us a lot, inshallah. Thank you.